If you try to push your way through the fear of failure, or someone told you to just do it anyways, or you try to shift your thinking about it, you read about it, you had coaches maybe around the subject, and nothing seems to happen, it's because it's not a mindset problem. This thing sits in your subconscious mind, which is why logic or reading about it or reframing or trying to shift your thought doesn't work. You can't think your way out of something that is not happening in your thoughts. And I know this because I'm a hypnotist and I've sat with clients who are really smart people and they were stuck at a revenue ceiling that they just couldn't get past. And that was because the pressure that they put on themselves was so heavy that they couldn't create anything from it. And what happens when you remove this so-called internal resistance, these mental blocks, is that they can create from ease. They can take the next big leap in their business with much more ease and much less effort because there's no resistance. And that in itself makes you hit those much higher numbers because there's nothing sabotaging for yourself. Or this could just simply mean that you can have the ability to stay consistent without the sabotage that comes from the fear of failure. And that fear of failure is also just a mental resistance. It's not something you can logically think your way out. It's something that needs to be removed at the subconscious level. In a few moments, I'm going to run a session with you, a hypnosis session to remove that fear of failure so you can go forward with much more ease and even probably a bit of excitement also. And before we go in, you don't need to believe this is going to work, but you need to be open. And if you go in with arms open and you allow yourself to just surrender to my voice and what I'm about to say, you're going to find that you are going to find exactly what you came here looking for. So whenever you're ready, close the door, make sure no one gets in, put on your headphones, lay down in the most comfortable position that you can do. If you can't watch this video now and do this session with me, just save this video and come back to it later. Your ability to become hypnotized is really just your ability to follow instructions. So let's just see if you can follow these instructions right now, and put a number from 1 to 10 in the comment section down below. And what I want you to do is just feel into yourself and see how much have I been experiencing this fear of failure lately, from 1 to 10. And then once we're done with this session, you will go back and reply to that comment with the new number. So then you can see the actual differences before and after the session. So again, if you're in your car or you're somewhere where you can't watch this video, then just save this video and come back to it later. And you won't lose any control. If anything, this will feel like a very deep relaxation. There's nothing you need to do other than follow my instructions and follow my voice. So just allow yourself now to go and get as relaxed as you possibly can. And if you need to pause this video, do it until then. And let's just start. Okay, so whenever you're ready, just look at the screen, take a big breath in through your nose and slowly out, closing down your eyes. Perfect. And now, let's just start by taking a deep breath in through your nose and just holding it. And slowly out through your mouth. Just letting everything go. And just making sure that you're comfortable. Making sure that no one is going to bother you. And allowing yourself to, just completely let everything go just for a moment. And now taking one more big breath in through your nose. And out. Just letting go of any thoughts, any worries. And just for a moment, just letting go of any limits in your mind. One more deep breath in through your nose. One more sip in. And slowly out. Feeling your body just becoming a little bit more relaxed. And just allowing yourself to fully arrive. There's
Nothing else you need to be doing right now. Nowhere you need to go. There's no one you need to respond to. Just being here, doing nothing but listening to my voice. And if you want, you can put everything back up later. But just for now, just allowing yourself to take this moment. And in a moment, I'm going to say sleep. And when I do, you're not going to fall asleep, but you're going to go into a deeper, relaxed state. In 1, 2, 3, and just sleep all the way down, all the way deep. And just feeling the relaxation spreading throughout your body. And now I want you to imagine that your eyelids are becoming heavy and stuck. Imagine that they're closing completely, not wanting to open. And the more you try to open your eyes, the more stuck and heavy they get. And the more stuck they get, the better it feels in your entire body. Relaxation spreading as your eyes getting heavier and heavier. And it just feels good in your entire body. In a moment, I'm going to say eyes open. When I do, you're not going to be able, or actually you are going to be able to open your eyes. And when I say sleep, you're going to close your eyes and go 10 times deeper into a relaxed state. Counting up 1, 2, 3, eyes open, and just sleep all the way down. Eyes open, and just sleep. Eyes open, 3, 2, 1, and just sleep all the way down. All the way deep, fully relaxing, fully just letting go. And just remember that the only limit that we put on our own relaxation is the limit we decide ourselves. So just allowing yourself to go even deeper, even more relaxed, even 10 times more relaxed. And let's just continue by letting go of any tension in your jaw, your face, the muscles in your face, letting go of any tension in your neck, your shoulders, your arms, hands, back up to your chest, all the way down your back. It's relaxing. Going to your stomach, and just resting here and taking a deep breath in through your stomach and just letting it blow up like a balloon. And out. And just feeling your body becoming even more relaxed. And just allow yourself to get even 10% more comfortable. Knowing that you're exactly where you need to be right now. Allowing any visualization to be what they are without trying to force anything. And doing nothing but following my voice. And now I want you to imagine that you're in a big, beautiful forest. And maybe it's somewhere you've been before. Maybe it's somewhere completely new. It doesn't matter what it looks like. Just let whatever comes up, come up. And in this big, beautiful forest, just start walking down the path and taking one step after the other. And just feeling how for every step that you take, your body becomes more and more relaxed. As you're dragging your legs forward, you're becoming more and more relaxed. And as you're walking down this path, it reminds me of something that my sister's boyfriend's mother's grandmother always used to say. And she said this thing about how it's not so much about the goal, it's all about the journey. And as you're walking down this journey, this path, you can see that you're arriving at a crossroad. And there are two paths in front of you, one going to the left and one going to the right. And as you start gazing down the path to the left, you can already feel it in your body. There's a heaviness. There's a tightness. Because even before you take a step, you know what this path is. This is the path that you keep waiting to feel ready, waiting for the right moment, waiting for something outside of you to tell you that it's safe to go forward. And you take a step down this path anyways. And now you find yourself teleported 1 month into the future. And you're sitting there. And that thing, that goal that you wanted to do and wanted to reach is still sitting right in front of you, untouched. The next big leap, the next level. You've thought about it. You planned for it. You told yourself you're going to do it, but you haven't moved at all. And there's this feeling in the background that you can't quite name. And sitting there, it's not laziness. You know it's not laziness. It's something other than that. It's this feeling that just says, not yet. I'm not ready yet. And you keep listening to it. It feels safer to just wait and to find out. And as you take another step down this path, you get teleported 6 months into the future. And now you can see people around you succeeding, reaching their goals. People who aren't smarter than you. They aren't more talented. They're not more ready. But they succeeded anyways. It's not just the fear anymore. There's a story forming. A story that says that maybe you're not just the kind of person who does it. Maybe you're the kind of person who thinks about it, talks about it, plans for it, but doesn't actually do it. And that story is starting to feel true down this path, on this limited path. And you can feel it in your body, sitting here 6 months later, still in the same spot, still waiting for better times. And you take one more step down this path, 1 year into the future. And you're somewhere quiet, thinking about the past year that has gone by. And you realize that the thing that you were really most afraid of, it didn't even happen. You didn't fail. You didn't get rejected. You didn't even fall flat on your face. None of that happened. because you never gave yourself the chance. You were waiting for certainty that was never going to come, waiting for something outside of you, some signal, some sign, some person to say, okay, now you can go. And it never came, because it was never going to come from the outside. But looking down this path, you can see that the whole path down this big, beautiful forest just ends. It just stops. And as you stand there for a moment, catching your breath, you understand that this path has been your path for a long time. And it helped you, it kept you safe, but it's not really your path anymore. So you turn around instantly and you walk all the way back to the crossroad. And as you stand there, you look down to the right-handed path and you can see it's all lit up by this golden light. Almost like God himself made this path for you. And as you take a step down this path, you can feel it immediately that your shoulders just go back. Your chest opens up. Something in your body is shifting. And you take a step and you get teleported 1 month into the future. You started moving, you started doing the thing, you started taking the steps. But it was never because you felt ready. It was not because someone told you it was gonna work, that you were guaranteed that you were gonna reach your goal. You moved because you stopped needing to know how it was going to go before you could start. You just went. And looking back these last 30 days, something happened that surprised you. The fear just got more and more quiet, because you realized that the thing you were afraid of was never actually failing. It was what the failure would mean about you. You showed yourself something, that who you are doesn't change based on how it goes. You're the same person whether it works or whether it doesn't. And feeling that in your body, really feeling that you're more than good enough with whatever happens, you could finally find that peace that you haven't felt for a long time. And after this month of walking down this path, you realize that failure is simply just information. And for the remainder of the path, you stop seeing it as something real. You already remember that every failure has led you here. And here you are, walking down this path, 6 months into the future. And things haven't gone perfectly. Some of it worked, some of it didn't. You stumbled in places and you got it wrong. But here's what's different. Those moments didn't crush you anymore. You didn't have the need for it to work. The need for the outcome to tell you that you're okay. It's all gone. So the successes that you've had for the last 6 months has been easeful, effortless almost. Because now you can try something, have it not work, and still feel powerful in who you are. Now you can go forward without the pressure. You can show up without needing every single thing to land perfectly in order to feel good about yourself. And you can feel how much easier it is to be consistent when you're not doing it to prove something. You're just doing it because it's what you do. And continuing down this path 1 year, 2 years, 3 years into the future, life just keeps getting more effortless. Not because everything goes right, because you stop needing everything to go right. The version of you walking here is just someone who moves from who they are, with the confidence of who they are, not from what they need the world to give them. And you can feel how proud you are of yourself, looking at yourself 3 years into the future. For the fact that you went forward, you dove in with your head first, for the fact that you just stopped waiting for better times. Because that's what you realized 3 years ago, is that the perfect times is just right now, in this moment. The future turns into the now, and the now turns into the past. And as you're walking, just allowing yourself to feel this. And now you can imagine yourself feeling something on your skin. There's rain coming down. And as this rain sprinkles down, touching your body, it doesn't feel cold or comfortable or uncomfortable. It feels relaxing and maybe even warm. And you can feel with how with every drop that touches your skin, something is leaving your body. And what's leaving isn't the fear. It's the thing under the fear. It's the need. As the rain washes away the need for the outcome to prove something about you, the need for someone outside of you to say that you're enough before you believe it yourself. And with every raindrop that hits your body, more of that version of yourself just dissolves. More of it just washes away. And your body becomes lighter. And just breathing into this rain, feeling it on your face, on your shoulders, on your chest. And with every breath, more of the old version of yourself just leaves. The need to be perfect, the need to know how it's going to go, the need for the world to validate what you already know about yourself. All of it just dissolving, washing off of your body and into the ground beneath you. And what's left is just you. And that's enough. That has always been enough. You were enough before the outcome. You were enough during it. You were enough after it. That doesn't change. Never changed. And now, in this state, while the rain is still falling, just allowing these words to go all the way in. You don't need any more permission to go forward. You already have everything that you need. You've always had it. The fear of failure was never about failure. It was about needing the result to tell you who you are. And you don't need that anymore. And from this moment forward, you will move differently. Because there's nothing in the way anymore. The heaviness is gone. And what's left when heaviness is gone is ease, maybe even excitement. Because when you don't need the outcome to be okay, you can enjoy the doing. And many times the process of doing is where everything good happens. This is who you are now. Someone who just goes. Someone who doesn't wait for the world to say it's safe. And now you remove any fear of failure and even replace the whole world, or the whole word, with information. When you hear the word failure, you will even find it hilarious because it's just a made-up word. Information. That's what you're picking up on the way. And as the rain slows down, I'm going to count from 3. And when I reach 1, you're going to be able to open your eyes, feeling a little bit lighter than you did before you started. Maybe you had some expectations. Maybe you wanted to control what was happening. But now you can feel the peace. You can feel the calm in your body. And you will carry this with you into everything you do from this moment forward for the rest of the week. 3, you're starting to come back, becoming aware of your body, your breath. 2, is feeling the energy returning. 1, eyes open, wide awake, feeling absolutely amazing. And now just take this slowly and allow yourself to come back to your body, come back to your senses, and just feel the difference between before and after the session.